Max Payne had always been a hard-boiled anti-hero detective, similar to the likes of Michael DeSanta, Tommy Vercetti, and Nico Bellic, the trio of hard-boiled characters from the GTA series. He had seen his fair share of action and violence, but nothing could have prepared him for what was about to happen. It all started on a seemingly ordinary day. Max was investigating a series of strange occurrences in the city when he stumbled upon a mysterious yellow meteor that had crash-landed in a deserted alleyway. Curiosity getting the best of him, Max approached the meteor cautiously, only to be enveloped in a yellow misty gas that emanated from it. As the mist cleared, Max suddenly felt a surge of power coursing through his veins. His eyes began to glow a bright, vibrant yellow, and he felt a strange sense of invincibility wash over him. Before he could even comprehend what was happening, he was transported to a world unlike anything he had ever seen before, the world of the Walking Dead. Confused and disoriented, Max found himself face to face with android Connor from Detroit Become Human. Connor, too, had been exposed to a meteor, a blue one this time, which had caused his eyes to glow a brilliant shade of blue and further enhanced his AI vision. As the two glowing-eyed warriors stood facing each other, a sudden wave of energy swept over them, causing them to summon their weapons instinctively. Max conjured up his trusty handguns, while Connor unleashed an endless hailstorm of bullets from his arms. The two legendary characters began to engage in a fierce battle, their glowing eyes locked in a deadly stare. Shockwaves erupted from their clash, trembling the very ground beneath their feet and causing chaos all around them. Despite their injuries, they continued to heal and regenerate from each other's attacks, their glowing eyes only growing brighter with each passing moment. Just when it seemed like the battle would never end, a third figure appeared out of thin air, Trevor Phillips from GTA 5. With his reddish-orange glowing eyes filled with wrathful power, Trevor joined the fray, unleashing his own arsenal of weapons and attacks. The three glowing-eyed warriors engaged in an epic three-way showdown, their powers escalating to unimaginable levels. The world around them trembled and shook with each explosive shockwave as they continued to relentlessly attack each other in a never-ending cycle of destruction. As the battle raged on, the three characters evolved and grew stronger, their glowing eyes burning brighter than ever before. The intensity of their fight reached unprecedented levels as they moved at exponential speeds, their movements becoming almost too fast for the human eye to follow. With each passing moment, the world of The Walking Dead was transformed into a battleground of epic proportions as Max, Connor, and Trevor fought with a combination of Hollywood-style acrobatics and anime-inspired flair. Their stylish and fashionable maneuvers added a touch of humor to the chaos, turning the once serious battle into a meme-worthy spectacle. And so, the three glowing-eyed gaming characters continued their eternal struggle, their powers constantly increasing as they pushed each other to their limits. The world trembled and shook beneath their feet, the shockwaves never ceasing as they fought with all their might in a thrilling and exhilarating display of power and determination. And as the battle raged on, it became clear that there was no end in sight to the epic showdown between Max Payne, android Connor, and Trevor Phillips, stormy night in the virtual world of The Walking Dead. Max Payne, the hard-boiled anti-hero detective, found himself exposed to a strange yellow meteor that covered him in a misty yellow gas. As he coughed and sputtered, he felt a strange sensation wash over him. His eyes began to glow a bright yellow as he was suddenly transported to a new reality. In this new world, Max encountered android Connor from Detroit, Become Human. Connor had also been exposed to a meteor, this one blue in color, which further enhanced his AI vision and turned his eyes a dazzling shade of blue. As they stood face to face, Max and Connor realized that they were not alone. Trevor Phillips from GTA 5 appeared out of thin air, his eyes glowing with a reddish-orange fiery wrath. The three glowing-eyed characters stood ready for battle, each summoning their own weapons and powers. Max conjured up a variety of firearms, while Connor unleashed an endless hailstorm of bullets with his enhanced AI vision. Trevor, with his fiery eyes, exuded an aura of raw power and aggression. The three adversaries engaged in an epic showdown, their attacks sending shockwaves throughout the virtual world. Buildings crumbled, the ground trembled, and the very fabric of reality seemed to warp and twist around them. Despite the devastation, the three combatants seemed to heal and regenerate from each other's assaults, their glowing eyes burning brighter with each passing moment. As the battle raged on, Max, Connor, and Trevor pushed themselves to their limits. Their attacks grew faster and more ferocious, each one trying to outmaneuver and outwit the others. The entire world seemed to shake and quake beneath their feet, the explosive shockwaves constantly rolling the landscape. In a display of speed and acrobatics that would put Hollywood action heroes to shame, the three adversaries clashed in a dizzying blur of motion. They moved with an almost supernatural grace and skill, their fighting style a mix of Hollywood flair and anime chic. As the battle raged on, the three glowing-eyed warriors found themselves locked in a deadly dance of destruction. Each blow landed with bone-shaking force, each bullet fired with pinpoint accuracy. The world around them seemed to blur and warp, reality itself bending to their will. Hours turned into days, days into weeks, and still the battle raged on. Max, Connor, and Trevor fought with a tenacity and ferocity that defied all reason. They seemed locked in a never-ending cycle of violence and retribution, their glowing eyes burning brighter and brighter with each passing moment. As the world trembled and shook beneath their feet, the three adversaries continued their eternal struggle. Their powers grew and evolved, their glowing eyes becoming more powerful and potent with each passing moment. They seemed destined to fight forever, locked in a cycle of violence and destruction that seemed to have no end. And so, in the virtual world of The Walking Dead, Max Payne, android Connor, and Trevor Phillips continued their eternal battle, their glowing eyes burning with a fierce and unrelenting light. The world trembled and shook around them, the shockwaves of their conflict echoing through the very fabric of reality. And as they fought on, their powers growing ever stronger and more potent, it seemed that the three glowing-eyed warriors would eternally be locked in a never-ending cycle of destruction and rebirth.